2, 1, start. Many students find the subject of economics challenging or even boring, but the real issue is not the subject itself because it is about the techniques through which it is taught and perceived. We will discuss about some reasons why students struggle with economics and how to make it more engaging. Many textbooks focus heavily on definitions, graphs, and formulae without showing how economics applies to real life. Students might not see the connection between economic concepts and daily events like inflation, job, markets, or digital currencies. Students who are not comfortable with maths might find the subject difficult. There is lack of storytelling in teaching. Many teachers focus on just mugging up the subject instead of explaining economics through relatable stories or case studies. Unlike history or science, economics does not always have experiments to make it interesting. The subject is sometimes associated only with financial markets, and this type of thing makes it less interesting to students who prefer creative or social subjects. There are various technical terms in the subject of economics, and this is also the reason that the students find it difficult to understand them. Therefore, they should be explained in a simple and interesting way. Students often feel that they need to learn the terms without truly understanding them. How to make economics more interesting for students? Some real examples of inflation, unemployment, stock market, cryptocurrency, etc., can make economics feel relevant. Instead of just teaching about demand and supply, use the example of why the price of video games increased and explain them that the price of video games increased due to shortage of chips. The method of interactive learning should be adopted. Online games should be designed so that they can make learning fun, but it should be kept in mind that those online games are based on the subject of economics. Several competitions should be organized. Competitions related to stock market should also be held so that these types of competitions can help the students to understand investment and trade. Teachers should use storytelling techniques to explain the historical events related to economics such as financial crisis of 2008. Teachers should encourage the debates and discussions. Let students discuss whether minimum wages should be increased or if cryptocurrencies will replace traditional banking. This makes the subject interactive and helps students to think critically. Teachers should also connect the subject of economics to career aspects, showing how economics is useful in business, politics, finance, marketing, and even entertainment industries can make students more interested. Economics is not boring, but it is the way in which it is presented, and that makes the difference. When taught with real examples and interactive techniques, it can become one of the most exciting and useful subjects. Economic growth and development are two fundamental aspects of a nation's progress. Many people think that economic growth and economic development means same, but these are two different terms and their meanings are also different. Economic growth refers to an increase in a country's output of goods and services over the passage of time, which is measured by the gross domestic product, that is GDP. Economic development, on the other hand, means broader aspects such as improvement in living standard, reduction in poverty, improvement in healthcare and education, and overall well being of the citizens. Understanding economic growth has become very crucial and it can be made understood to the students only if we use the interactive ways to make them understand about this important field. Economic growth is the measure of a nation's economic performance in the terms of quantity. It is calculated through indicators such as gross domestic product, that is GDP, gross national product, that is GNP, and per capita income. Economic growth occurs when a country experiences an increase in production capacity, which leads to higher output. Several factors influence economic growth, including investment in infrastructure, machinery, and technology, because this type of investment increases the productivity and efficiency. A skilled and educated workforce contributes to higher economic output. Availability of natural resources plays a crucial role in the economic growth. Several policies of the government are very important because they decide the future of economic expansion, and if they are favorable to the industries, then they can promote economic expansion. Economic growth is essential for a nation's progress as it generates employment opportunities, increases income, and improves the overall standard of living. However, growth alone does not ensure equitable development. Economic development is a kind of holistic approach. Economic development is a broader concept that includes improvement in various socio-economic parameters, including health, education, equality, and environment factors. Economic growth gives focus only on quantity, whereas economic development gives emphasis on quality. Key indicators of economic development include Human Development Index, poverty reduction, infrastructure development, etc. Human Development Index is an index which includes the measurement of life expectancy, education, and per capita income. Better healthcare facilities and access to education are fundamental for sustainable development. Developed transportation, communication, and energy supply contribute to long term progress. At the same time, we should ensure that the economic growth does not come at the cost of environmental degradation. Economic growth can lead to development if the benefits are equitably distributed among all sections of the society. However, in many cases, it has been noted that the growth has been accompanied by income inequalities and environmental challenges. Countries like China and India have experienced rapid economic growth but continue to face challenges in ensuring inclusive development. A country can achieve high GDP growth even if it is struggling with issues like unemployment, poverty, and lack of access to basic amenities. To ensure that economic growth can take the shape of holistic development, it is necessary that the governments and policymakers must adopt sustainable practices. investment in education and skill development has become crucial. A well educated workforce increases the productivity and innovation. Access to quality healthcare ensures a healthy workforce which can contribute to economic development. There are several challenges in the path of economic development and economic growth. Stop. ये 100 की स्पीड पे इसमें ध्यान रखना, एक्चुअली फ्लक्चुएशंस वगैरह भी हैं बट ओवरऑल टाइम के हिसाब से भी हमने देखा है। और जो मेन इसमें ध्यान देने योग्य बात है वो ये है कि इकोनॉमिक्स यदि सब्जेक्ट के तौर पे है तो बड़ा होगा, और विदाउट सब्जेक्ट की बात हो रही है तो इकोनॉमिक के तौर पे स्मॉल रहेगा। इस चीज़ का ध्यान रखना और ये चीज़ आपको पहचाननी है।